Welcome to Los Angeles Memorial Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the SMU Mustangs and the USC Trojans. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
When you step onto the field for a USC football game, you know you are in the heart of history. Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in Los Angeles has seen more sports than you can imagine. Hosting 2 Summer Olympics in 1932 and 84, it is also set to return for a 3rd Olympic trial in 2028. It was opened in 1923, and more history has happened in the Coliseum than anywhere else in college sports. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly. And the Trojans kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Just a little too eager there, and they'll back up 5, and it's 1st and 15. On the ground, it's Henderson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. He's going to make a statement today.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route, and then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run in stride and then turn upfield to use his speed.
And the Mustangs come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Looks as if he's going to run it. Makes it past the marker. There's some room. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
These fans seconds. Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, SMU. Into the end zone for 6.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
The Mustangs call a timeout. It'll be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. And that is not the optimal solution there. Off out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Break. Go, go. The transfer has it his first carry. He's going to lose a yard on that one. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They tried to fool him with the run on 3rd down, and they're looking at 4th and plenty of work to do. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. Pulls it in and looking upfield. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. SMU's offense headed out onto the field to start this drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Van Buren. Bringing the heat. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Now here's Michael Hawkins. Looking for a big play. Makes a deep grab. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Could be an alley. And he scores! Touchdown Mustangs! This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He'll start this drive going to the air. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Floating away. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 42. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Hawkins. Got a man in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Gives it on the option. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get it behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
Soft spot in the middle. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this, because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Henderson. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering.
Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Running inside, it's Payne. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Scanning the field, it's Van Buren. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that's really good discipline by this defense, because they've given up some yards on the ground. And so naturally you think, be more aggressive, commit more bodies. Nice job staying patient, playing your responsibility on the outside, not giving up the deep ball, making them earn this, go down the field, and not give up those big plays.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And he had just enough to will that one home. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
And here's the return. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really...
And he gets the foot down. It's a catch deep along the left sideline.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. Plucks it out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
There's a crease. He is in. Touchdown, Trojans. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Throwing, Hawkins. Under fire. A strike downfield. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. The give on the option. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Van Buren. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, SMU. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Bringing it out. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Quick spin on the ride. There he goes. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Nice play offensively. You go with the toss to the left, and how about the blocking downfield by the wide receiver on that play? If you're going to run to the perimeter, you got to have guys doing work downfield for you, and they had it on that one.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about on one play.
And he gets it right on the cusp, maybe a few pebbles short of a first down in that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be fourth down. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the snap, it's Edwards. Hard running there. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. In your own territory, fourth down, no problem at all. They just go for it again.
What about you, Reese? Are you going for that?
Yeah, man. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Finds a man on the right. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like back in my day, and Jesse did this, and I did that. So, I mean, come on, offense. Let's put this together. Let's keep this game competitive.
Quarterback moving. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. And that is no good. And the deficit is still huge after the missed field goal, down by 23. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's lead off with the Nevada Wolfpack taking on the Troy Trojans. And it's the Wolfpack looking to win their home opener. They haven't had a ton of success with that in recent years, but they've got the lead right now in the first half.
Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Maybe a crease. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime trailing in this game was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Fires quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him total the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And I think that right there has been one of the biggest stories of this game so far. The reason this team trails is they can't get one of their best players the football in the passing game. This guy's a weapon. He eats defenses alive each and every week and has yet to make one catch in this game.
He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Quarterback making checks. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Here's a heat. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. What a play he made. Makes the interception, then takes it back to the 36.
And they'll take over. First and 10.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. So after that turnover, they can add to this already sizable lead with their first drive of this second half. The pitch. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
They'll run play action. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Well, that inside linebacker is a freak of nature for multiple reasons, and it's hard for a lot of these smaller running backs to have to pick him up in pass pro, not just because of his speed, but he's also big and strong.
Now facing a third and long. Ooh. Michael Hawkins. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Turning it on. He's brought down right at the 30-yard line, well within field goal range, but let's see what they do on this fourth down.
Man, now if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs because the scramble now puts you in a good fourth down situation. Interested to see what this offense does, but they got to stay away from those negative plays.
Hawkins to throw for it on fourth. Snagged out of the air. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. Fourth down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. The run inside. It's Payne. Got enough for the first. Got a little grass. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs!
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
And the point after is good. Let's see what he can do with the return. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. The quick out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Might be changing the route. Second down, he'll throw it. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Blasted as he lets it go.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Stepping to the right. He's going to run it. Breaks into the open. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. The Trojans want to crank the tempo.
How nice is it to be an offensive coordinator and you call a pass play, but your guy turns it into an explosive run? Like, that is so much fun to call. Good protection up front, but he just sees space so well. They drop back, he finds the hole, and, man, before you know it, he's just chewing up yards and making big plays.
The Trojans use their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Unleashes one deep. To the end zone, and it's picked off. Down in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
And they'll take over first and 10.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the move, it's Henderson. He's going to lose a yard on that one. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Keeps it on the option. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage.
And it's That's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Back to pass, it's Van Buren. Pocket breaking down. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Rushes on him. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Forced out of the pocket. Takes a hit as he fires. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this is exactly the situation you want to get in as a defense. You got the lead late in the football game. You know they got to throw. And what do? You get to the quarterback, you hit him, and you get pressure on him. And then what happens, Palmer?
Yeah, it's complimentary football, David. No question about it. They're just putting the hammer down right now with the lead, and the defense playing accordingly. Now giving it back to their offense for an opportunity to pad this lead even further here as we're in the 4th quarter.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Payne. Defense played the wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll send the tight end in motion. Just going to keep it after the snap. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback keeper. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a 1st down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
And the Mustangs are marching down the field.
95, 96, ready. Wide 53, wide 53.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. First and 10, they're down to the 25. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. Makes it. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense has it. They're on the move.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. And that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Off play action. Escapes the pressure going right. And the quarterback bought a little time, but actually bought a lot of time, but not enough time. The defense gets to him.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, what a grab, pulling it in with one hand.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
He fought them off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Second down.
Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on second down. Looking for the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And unfortunately, man, another incompletion. This offense is just running out of time. Like, they've just not put it together.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Trojans moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Avoids pressure. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to let...
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on 4th down. He wants to throw it. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they